All right, we are coming up on 8 o'clock. So let's settle in. let's get comfortable. Let's grab a drink and a book and see what we have in store for us tonight. Yes, hello, Simba. He's already yelling at us. Yes, he is. All right, so tonight we are returning to Walt Whitman's Leaves of Grass. This is our 5th reading from this, and this continues to surprise me with 2 things. One, with how very long this is, actually. There's a lot to this that usually a collection of poems you wouldn't really expect to be so dense. But we're five readings in. Well, we're about to start the 5th, and we're still under 40% of the way through this book. There's a lot that Whitman has to say. Now, I will say that this particular collection does represent basically his life's work. It is the body of his work, poems from different points of his life. So it's understandable that it is so very, very hefty. But it's still surprising. Usually when you think of poems, you don't think of something the length of, at the rate we're going, it's going to be close to Three Musketeers length. You don't equate poems to Dumas in length of book. But so be it. So be it. But despite the length, I'm not getting tired of this. Whitman has a way with words, a way of an outlook that carries through from his soul to the page and on into the future. It is incredibly poignant, and something that is seemingly missing from a lot of modern work, the modern life and outlook. He has an optimism and an openness that is remarkable and inspiring. Whether it be his attitude toward love, both physical and spiritual, whether it be his attitude toward the acceptance of all people from all walks of life, the immigrant, the working man, the president and the business owner, all are equal in the eyes of the world and in the eyes of Walt Whitman. All have something of value to provide to society. And that society itself, he has a remarkably optimistic view toward the country, toward the nation, toward America in its... When he was writing this, it was in one of its most difficult times. This is a product of the post-Civil War era. Very, very post. So, one of the hardest periods of American history, and he's still able to provide an optimistic viewpoint, a pride of place, a patriotism that isn't tainted by empty platitudes, an idea of what can and should be. Not necessarily what is, but the potentials, the possibilities, the hopes that we may or may not have not lived up to. But there's still that potentiality. And it shows through. It shows in his writing. And his general optimistic viewpoint is something that I think, whether or not you agree with any of his individual points, having that uplifting view is something that anyone can take to heart. The subject matter doesn't matter so much as the spirit. And that's not to say that I don't agree with his subject matter. In general, this is one of those writers that I've not really found a whole lot of reason to take umbrage with. So, I think it's about time that we jump back in and see and be sure that we can continue with our reading tonight and be safe in the assumption that it'll be another good one. So let's shift back over to our reading nook, and we will see what we have to see tonight. So we're starting back up from book 14. I can do Roman numerals, I promise. The Song of the Redwood Tree. A California song, a prophecy and indirection, a thought impalpable to breathe as air, a chorus of dryads fading, departing, or hamadryads departing, a murmuring, fateful, giant voice out of the earth and sky, a voice of a mighty dying tree in the redwood forest dense. Farewell, my brethren, farewell, O earth and sky, farewell, ye neighboring waters. My time has ended, my term has come. Along the northern coast, just back from the rock-bound shore and the caves, in the saline air from the sea, in the Mendocino country, with the surge for bass and accompaniment low and hoarse, with crackling blows of axes sounding musically driven by strong arms, riven deep by the sharp tongues of the axes there in the redwood forest dense, I heard the might tree its death chant chanting. The choppers heard not, the camp shanties echoed not, the quick-eared teamsters and chain and jack-screw men heard not. As the wood spirits came from their haunts of 1,000 years to join the refrain, but in my soul I plainly heard, murmuring out of its myriad leaves, down from its lofty top rising 200 feet high, out of its stalwart trunk and limbs, out of its foot-thick bark, that chant of the seasons and time, chant not of the past only, but of the future. You untold life of me, and all you venerable and innocent joys, perennial, hardy life of me with joys mid rain and many a summer sun, and the white snows and night and the wild winds. Oh, the great, patient, rugged joys, my soul's strong joys, unwrecked by man. For no, I bear the soul befitting me. I, too, have consciousness, identity, and all the rocks and mountains have, and all the earth. Joys of the life befitting me, and brothers mine. Our time, our term has come. Nor yield we mournfully majestic brothers, we who have grandly filled our time with nature's calm content, with tacit huge delight we welcome what we wrought forth through the past, and leave the field for them. For them predicted long, for a superber race. They too to grandly fill their time. For them we abdicate, in them ourselves, ye forest kings. Oop. Oh, did it not go through? Interesting. Hang on, my integration might not be playing along. I'll do that one manually. Where's my hotkeys? Hey, Ultralu, it's good to see you. It's been a little bit. Where's my... Oh, there we go. Why did my integration not work there? Oh, you know what? Mix it up. Change their something with an update. I'll have some homework to do tonight. I remember they had to relink things from VTube Studio. Anyway, it's good to see you. Welcome back. Are you going to be getting back into reading? I think you were doing You were reading something from Z, weren't you? I think, Journey to the Center of the Earth or something along those lines? Or am I mixing things up? As I've raided into more and more readers, it's hard to keep track of who's reading what, when, and how. Let's try and get through a couple verses here. Oh, yeah, it's understandable. It can take a lot out of you, honestly. We've started doing our 4-hour streams on Saturdays, and that's those, depending on the choice of voices and the frequency of particular selections, whether it's intensely emotive or whatnot, sometimes those can take it out of you. So if you need to take a break for the sake of your throat and the voice, I understand. Probably better than most. Sometimes, he says. Yeah, I swear, every time I choose a certain voice for a certain character, the character will then turn around and ambush me with an entire chapter of dialogue. Sometimes a soliloquy all their own, when I've got the most gravelly, straining voice I've chosen at all. Oh, okay, reading from the Earth to the Moon. Okay. That's a solid choice. And really, it's hard to go wrong. So, that's cool. I'll have to keep an eye out when I see you go live again. Whenever you are feeling up to it. I do always enjoy raiding back into old friends. Alright, let's try and get a couple verses in here. As much fun as it is to yap. Where were we? I'll just take it from the top. Of this page, anyway. For them predicted long, for superber race, they too to grandly fill their time. For them we abdicate, in them ourselves, ye forest kings. In them these skies and airs, these mountain peaks, Shasta, Nevadas, these huge precipitous cliffs, this amplitude, these valleys, far Yosemite, to be in them absorbed, assimilated. What kind of games do you play? Then, to a loftier strain, still prouder, more ecstatic rose the chant, as if the airs, the deities of the West, joining with master tongue, bore part. Not one from Asia's fetishes, nor red from Europe's old dynastic slaughterhouse. Area of murder plots of thrones, with scent left yet of wars and scaffolds everywhere, but come from nature's long and harmless throes, peacefully builded thence. These virgin lands, lands of the western shore, the new culminating man, to you the empire new. You promised long, we pledge, we dedicate. Ah, okay. Red Dead 2 is... I've not played it. It's not really I don't really play the Rockstar style games, but I have seen people play it, and I have only heard good things. And Minecraft is always fun. The new I think I've seen people play that Arcane Library sorting game, so that's fun. It's a nice change of pace. You occult deep volitions, you average spiritual manhood, purpose of all poised on yourself. Giving, not taking law, you womanhood divine, mistress and source of all whence life and love and aught that comes from life and love. You unseen moral essence of all the vast materials of America, age upon age, working in death the same as life. You that sometimes, known or often or unknown, really shape and mold the new world, adjusting it to time and space, you hidden national will lying in your abysms, concealed but ever alert. You past and present purposes tenaciously pursued, may be unconscious of yourselves. unswerved by all the passing errors, perturbations of the surface, you vital, universal, deathless germs beneath all creeds, arts, statutes, literatures. Here build your homes for good. Establish here these areas entire. Lands of the Western Shore, we pledge, we dedicate to you. I am not one to criticize having a solid chunk of hours on a new or old game. I look at my Steam playtimes every once in a while and think, you know what? Yeah, no, that's collectively many hours. For man of you, your characteristic race. Hey, you know what? It's nearly 3,000 hours now. Yeah, that's fair. There's a new update coming out, the last update, so it will probably crest that 3,000 hour mark. We know, we recognize, we don't talk about it. For man of you, your characteristic race, here may be hardy, sweet, gigantic grow, here tower proportions to nature. Here climb the vast pure spaces unconfined, unchecked by wall or roof. Here laugh with storm or sun, here joy, here patiently endure. Here heed himself, unfold himself, not others' formless heed. Here fill his time, to duly fall, to aid unwrecked at last, to disappear, to serve. Thus, on the northern coast, in the echo of teamsters' calls and the clinking chains, and the music of choppers' axes, the falling trunks and limbs. Jesus Christ, cat, calm down. Getting zoomies behind me and just running and jumping, I swear to Jesus. Okay, Zoe, how did you end up on top of the closet door? How? How? Cats. Cats. Let's take this verse from the top. Thus, on the northern coast, in the echo of teamsters' calls and the clinking chains and the music of choppers' axes, the falling trunk and limbs, the crash, the muffled shriek, the groan, such words combined from the redwood tree, as of voices ecstatic, ancient and rustling, the century-lasting, unseen dryads singing, withdrawing. All their recesses of forests and mountains leaving, from the Cascade Range to the Wasatch, or Idaho far, or Utah, to the deities of the modern, henceforth yielding, the chorus and indications, the vistas of coming humanity, the settlements, features all. In the Mendocino woods, I caught the flashing and golden pageant of California, the sudden and gorgeous drama, the sunny and ample lands, the long and varied stretch from Puget Sound to Colorado South. Lands bathed in sweeter, rarer, healthier air. Valleys and mountain cliffs, the fields of nature long prepared and fallow, the silent, cyclic chemistry. The slow and steady ages plotting, the unoccupied surface ripening, the rich ores forming beneath. At last, the new arriving, assuming, taking possession, a swarming and busy race settling and organizing everywhere. Ships coming in from the whole round world, and going out to the whole world, to India and China and Australia and the 1,000-island paradises of the Pacific, populous cities, the latest inventions, the steamers on the rivers, the railroads with many a thrifty farm, with machinery and wool and wheat and the grape and diggings of yellow gold. But more in you than these, lands of the Western Shore, these but the means, the implements, the standing ground. I see in you, certain to come, the promise of thousands of years, till now deferred, promised to be fulfilled, our common kind, the race. The new society at last, proportionate to nature, in men of you, more than your mountain peaks or stalwart trees imperial, in woman more, far more than all your gold or vines or even vital air. Fresh come to a new world indeed, yet long prepared. I see the genius of the modern, child of the real and ideal, clearing the ground for broad humanity, the true America, heir of the past so grand, to build a grander future. All right, that brings us to the end of Book 14, Song of the Redwoods, and this is an excellent example of how optimistic, forward-thinking, and just uplifting Whitman can be. All of that just felt real. Felt the talk of the splendor of nature, but also in the same breath, the people that make up that society being the real treasure to carry forward, what really carried value. That's just, I love it. I love it. All right, continuing on with Book 15, A Song for Occupations. A Song for Occupations. In the labor of engines and trades, and the labor of fields, I find the developments and find the eternal meanings. Workmen and workwomen, were all educations practical and ornamental, well displayed out of me, what would it amount to? Were I, as the head teacher, charitable proprietor, wise statesman, what would it amount to? Were I to you, as the boss employing and paying you, would that satisfy you? The learned, virtuous, benevolent, and the usual terms. A man like me, and never the usual terms. Neither a servant nor a master I take no sooner a large price than a small price. I will have my own, whoever enjoys me. I will be even with you, and you shall be even with me. If you stand at work in a shop, I stand as nigh as the nighest in the same shop. If you bestow gifts on your brother or dearest friend, I demand as good as your brother or dearest friend. If your lover, husband, wife is welcome by day or night, I must be personally as welcome. If you become degraded, criminal, ill, then I become so for your sake. If you remember your foolish and outlawed deeds, do you think I cannot remember my own foolish and outlawed deeds? If you carouse at the table, I carouse at the opposite side of the table. If you meet some stranger in the streets and love him or her, why, I often meet strangers in the street and love them. Why, what have you thought of yourself? Is it you, then, that thought yourself less? Is it you that thought the president greater than you? Or the rich better off than you? Or the educated wiser than you? Because you are greasy or pimpled, or were once drunk, or a thief, or that you are diseased, or rheumatic, or a prostitute, or from frivolity or impotence, or that you are no scholar and never saw your name in print, do you give in that you are any less immortal? Souls of men and women, it is not you I call unseen, unheard, untouchable, and untouching. It is not you I go argue pro and con about, and to settle whether you are alive or no. I own publicly who you are, if nobody else owns. Grown, half-grown, and babe of this country and every country, indoors and outdoors, one just as much as the other, I see, and all else behind or through them. The wife, and she is not one jot less than the husband, the daughter, and she is just as good as the son, the mother, and she is every bit as much as the father, offspring of ignorance and poor, boys apprenticed to trades, young fellows working on farms, and old fellows working on farms, sailormen, merchantmen, coasters, immigrants, all these I see, but nigher and farther the same I see. None shall escape me, and none shall wish to escape me. I bring what you much need, yet always have. Not money, amours, dress, eating, erudition, but as good. I send no agent or medium, offer no representative of value, but offer the value itself. There is something that comes to one now and perpetually. It is not what is printed, preached, discussed. It eludes discussion and print. It is not to be put in a book. It is not in this book. It is for you, whoever you are. It is no farther from you than your hearing and sight are from you. It is hinted by nearest, commonest, readiest. It is ever provoked by them. You may read in many languages, yet read nothing about it. You may read the President's message and read nothing about it there. Nothing in the reports from the State Department or Treasury Department, or in the daily papers or weekly papers, or in the census or revenue returns, prices current, or any accounts of stock. The sun and stars that float in the open air, the apple-shaped earth, and we upon it. Surely the drift of them is something grand. I do not know what it is, except that it is grand, and that it is happiness, and that the enclosing purport of us here is not a speculation or bon mot or reconnaissance, and that it is not something which by luck may turn out well for us, and without luck must be a failure for us, and not something which may yet be retracted in a certain contingency. The light and shade, the curious sense of body and identity, the greed that with perfect complacence devours all things, the endless pride and outstretching of man, unspeakable joys and sorrows, the wonder everyone sees in everyone else he sees, and the wonders that fill each minute of time forever. What have you reckoned them for, camarado? Have you reckoned them for your trade or farm work, or for the profits of your store, or to achieve yourself a position, or to fill a gentleman's leisure, or a lady's leisure? Have you reckoned that the landscape took substance and form that it might be painted in a picture, or men and women that they might be written of, and songs sung, or the attraction of gravity, and the great laws and harmonious combinations, and the fluids of the air as subjects for the savans? Or the brown land, and the blue sea for maps and charts? Or the stars to be put in constellations and named fancy names? Or that the growth of seeds is for agricultural tables, or agriculture itself? Old institutions, these arts, libraries, legends, collections, and the practice handed along in manufactures, will we rate them so high? Will we rate our cash and business high? I have no objection. I rate them as high as the highest. Then a child born of a woman and a man I rate beyond all rate. We thought our Union grand and our Constitution grand. I do not say they are not grand and good, for they are. I am this day just as much in love with them as you. Then I am in love with you, and with all my fellows upon the earth. We consider Bibles and religions divine. I do not say they are not divine. I say they have all grown out of you, and may grow out of you still. It is not that they who give the life, it is you who give the life. Leaves are not more shed from the trees, or trees from the earth, than they are shed of you. The sum of all known reverence I add up in you, whoever you are. The President is there in the White House for you. It is not you who are here for him. The secretaries act in their bureaus for you, not you here for them. The Congress convenes every 12th month for you. Laws, courts, the forming of states, the charters of cities, the going and coming of commerce and malls are all for you. List close, my scholars dear. Doctrines, politics, and civilization exurge from you. Sculpture and monuments and anything inscribed anywhere are tallied in you. The gist of histories and statistics as far back as the records reach is in you. This hour, and myths and tales the same. If you were not breathing and walking here, where would they all be? The most renowned poems would be ashes, orations and plays would be vacuums. All architecture is what you do to it when you look upon it. Did you think it was in the white or gray stone, or the lines of the arches and cornices? All music is what awakes from you when you are reminded by the instruments. It is not the violins and the cornets. It is not the oboe, nor the beating drums, nor the score of the baritone singer singing his sweet romanza, nor that of the men's chorus, nor that of the women's chorus. It is nearer and farther than they. Will the whole come back then? Can each see the signs of the best by a look in the looking-glass? Is there nothing greater or more? Does all sit there with you, with the mystic, unseen soul? Strange, hard that paradox true I give. Objects gross and the unseen soul are one. House-building, measuring, sawing the boards, blacksmithing, glass-blowing, nail-making, coopering, tin roofing, shingle dressing, ship joining, dock building, fish curing, flagging of sidewalks by flaggers, the pump, the pile driver, the great derrick, the coal kiln and brick kiln, coal mines and all that is down there, the lamps in the darkness, echoes, songs, what meditations, what vast native thoughts looking through smutched faces. Ironworks, forged fires in the mountains or by riverbanks, men around feeling the melt with huge crowbars, lumps of ore, the dew combining of ore, limestone, coal, the blast furnace and the puddling furnace, the loop lump at the bottom of the melt at last, the rolling mill, the stumpy bars of pig iron, the strong, clean-shaped trail for railroads, oilworks, silkworks, white lead works, the sugar house, steam saws, the great mills and factories, stone cutting, shapely trimmings for facades or window or door lintels, the mallet, the tooth chisel, the jib to protect the thumb, the caulking iron, the kettle of boiling vault cement, and the fire under the kettle, the cotton bale, the stevedore's hook, the saw and buck of the sawyer, the mold of the molder, the working knife of the butcher, the ice saw, and all the work with ice, the work and tools of the rigger, grappler, sailmaker, blockmaker, goods of gutta percha, papier-mâché, colors, brushes, brush-making, glazier's implements, the veneer and glue pot, the confectioner's ornaments, the decanter and glasses, the shears and flat iron, the awl and knee-strap, the pint measure and quart measure, the counter and stool, the writing pen of quill or metal, the making of all sorts of edged tools, the brewery, brewing, the malt, the vault, the vats, everything that is done by brewers, winemakers, vinegar makers, leather dressing, coach making, boiler making, rope twisting, distilling, sign painting, lime burning, cotton picking, electroplating, electrotyping, stereotyping, stave machines, planing machines, reaping machines, plowing machines, thrashing machines, steam wagons, the cart of the carman, the omnibus, the ponderous dray, pyrotechny, letting off colored fireworks at night, fancy figures and jets, beef on the butcher's stall, the slaughterhouse of the butcher in his killing clothes, the pens of live pork, the killing hammer, the hog hook, the scalder's tub, gutting, the cutter's cleaver, the packer's maul, and the plenteous winter work of pork packing. Flourworks, grinding of wheat, rye, maize, rice, the barrels and the half and quarter barrels, the loaded barges, the high piles on wharves and levees, the men and the work of the men on ferries, railroads, coasters, fishboats, canals, the hourly routine of your own or any man's life, the shop, yard, store, or factory. These shows all near you by day and night, workmen, whoever you are, your daily life. In that and them, the heft of the heaviest in that and them far more than you estimated, and far less also. In them realities for you and me, in them poems for you and me. In them not yourself, you and your soul enclose all things, regardless of estimation. In them the development good, in them all themes, hints, possibilities. I do not affirm that what you see beyond is futile. I do not advise you to stop. I do not say leadings you thought great are not great. I say that none lead to greater than these lead to. Will you seek afar off? You surely come back at last, in things best known to you, finding the best, or as good as the best. In folks nearest to you, finding the sweetest, strongest, lovingest happiness, knowledge, not in another place, but this place. Not for another hour, but this hour. Man in the first you see or touch, always in friend, brother, nighest neighbor, woman, in mother, sister, wife, the popular tastes and employments taking precedence, in poems or anywhere. You workwomen and workmen of these states, having your own divine and strong life, and all else giving place to men and women like you. When the psalm sings instead of the singer, when the script preaches instead of the preacher, when the pulpit descends and goes instead of the carver that carved the supporting desk, when I can touch the body of books by night or by day, and when they touch my body back again, when a university course convinces like a slumbering woman and child convince, when the minted gold in the vault smiles like the night watchman's daughter, when warranty deeds loaf in chairs opposite and are my friendly companions, I intend to reach them my hand, and make as much of them as I do of men and women like you. All right, that brings us to the end of Book 15. And that was another one that is poignant. A reminder that Walt Whitman views all men and women, all people, as being valid, valued, and important. Doesn't matter where you come from, what you do with your life, just by virtue of being on this earth, having the similitude of form, that's enough. All right, let's continue with Book 16, A Song of the Rolling Earth. A song of the rolling earth, and of words according. Were you thinking that these were the words, those upright lines, those curves, angles, dots? No, those are not the words. The substantial words are in the ground and sea. They're in the air. They're in you. Were you thinking that those were the words, those delicious sounds out of your friends' mouths? No, the real words are more delicious than they. Human bodies are words, myriads of words. In the best poems reappears the body, man's or woman's, well-shaped, natural, gay, every part able, active, receptive, without shame or the need of shame. Air, soil, water, fire, those are words. I myself am a word. With them, my qualities interpretive. With theirs, my name is nothing to them, though it were told in the 3,000 languages. What would air, soil, water, fire know of my name? A healthy presence, a friendly or commanding gesture, are words, sayings, meanings. The charms that go with the mere looks of some men and women are sayings and meanings also. The workmanship of souls is by those inaudible words of the earth. The masters know the earth's words, and use them more than audible words. Amelioration is one of the earth's words. The earth neither lags nor hastens. It has all attributes, growths, effects, latent in itself from the jump. It is not half beautiful only. defects and excrescences show just as much as perfections show. The earth does not withhold. It is generous enough. The truths of the earth continually wait. They are not so concealed either. They are calm, subtle, untransmissible by print. They are imbued through all things, conveying themselves willingly. Conveying a sentiment, an invitation, I utter and utter. I speak not. Yet if you hear me not, of what avail am I to you? To bear, to better, lacking these, of what avail am I? Accouchez. Will you rot your own fruit in yourself there? Will you squat and stifle there? The earth does not argue. It is not pathetic, has no arrangements, does not scream, haste, persuade, threaten, promise, makes no discriminations, has no conceivable failures, closes nothing, refuses nothing, shuts none out. Of all the powers, objects, states it notifies, shuts none out. The earth does not exhibit itself, nor refuse to exhibit itself, possesses still underneath the ostensible sounds, the august chorus of heroes, the wail of slaves, persuasions of lovers, curses, gasps of the dying, laughter of young people, accents of bargainers. Underneath these possessing words that never fail, never fall. To her children, the words of the eloquent, dumb, great mother never fail. The true words do not fail. Her motion does not fail, and reflection does not fall. Also, the day and night do not fall, and the voyage we pursue does not fall. Of the interminable sisters, of the ceaseless cotillions of sisters, of the centripetal and centrifugal sisters, the elder and younger sisters, the beautiful sisters we know dances on with the rest, with her ample back towards every beholder. With the fascinations of youth and the equal fascinations of age, sits she, whom I too love like the rest, sits undisturbed, holding up in her hand what has the character of a mirror, while her eyes glance back from it, glance as she sits, inviting none, denying none, holding a mirror day and night tirelessly before her own face, seen at hand or seen at a distance. Duly the 24 appear in public every day, duly approach and pass with her their companions or a companion, seeking from no countenances of their own, but from the countenances of those who are with them, from the countenances of children or women, or the manly countenance, from the open countenances of animals, or from inanimate things, from the landscape, or waters, or from the exquisite apparition of the sky, from our countenances, mine and yours, faithfully returning them, every day in public appearing without fall, but never twice with the same companions. Embracing man, embracing all, proceed the 365 resistlessly around the sun. Embracing all, soothing, supporting, follow close 365 offsets of the first, sure and necessary as they. Tumbling on steadily, nothing dreading, sunshine, storm, cold, heat, forever withstanding, passing, carrying, the soul's realization and determination still inheriting, the fluid vacuum around and ahead still entering and dividing, no bulk retarding, no anchor anchoring, no rock striking. Swift, glad, content, unbereaved, nothing losing, of all able and ready at any time to give strict account, the divine ship sails the divine sea, whoever you are. Motion and reflection are especially for you. The divine ship sails the divine sea for you. Whoever you are he or she for whom the earth is solid and liquid. You are he or she for whom the sun and moon hang in the sky. For none more than you are the present and the past. For none more than you is immortality. Each man to himself and each woman to herself is the word of the past and present and the true word of immortality. No one can acquire for another, not one. Not one can grow for another, not one. The song is to the singer, and comes back most to him. The teaching is to the teacher, and comes back most to him. The murder is to the murderer, and comes back most to him. The theft is to the thief, and comes back most to him. The love is to the lover, and comes back most to him. The gift is to the giver, and comes back most to him. It cannot fail. The oration is to the orator. The acting is to the actor and actress, and not to the audience. And no man understands any greatness or goodness but his own, or the indication of his own. I swear the earth shall surely be complete to him or her who shall be complete. The earth remains jagged and broken only to him or her who remains jagged and broken. I swear there is no greatness or power that does not emulate those of the earth. There can be no theory of any account unless it corroborate the theory of the earth. No politics, song, religion, behavior, or whatnot is of account unless it compare with the amplitude of the earth, unless it face the exactness, vitality, impartiality, rectitude of the earth. I swear I begin to see love with sweeter spasms than that which responds love. It is that which contains itself, which never invites and never refuses. I swear I begin to see little or nothing in audible words. All merges toward the presentation of the unspoken meanings of the earth, toward him who sings the songs of the body and of the truths of the earth, toward him who makes the dictionaries of words that print cannot touch. I swear I see what is better than to tell the best. It is always to leave the best untold. When I undertake to tell the best, I find I cannot. My tongue is ineffectual on its pivots. My breath will not be obedient to its organs. I become a dumb man. The best of the earth cannot be told anyhow. All or any is best. It is not what you anticipated. It is cheaper, easier, nearer. Things are not dismissed from the places they held before. The earth is just as positive and direct as it was before. Facts, religions, improvements, politics, trades are as real as before. But the soul is also real. It, too, is positive and direct. No reasoning, no proof has established it. Undeniable growth has established it. These to echo the tones of souls and the phrases of souls. If they did not echo the phrases of souls, what were they then? If they had not reference to you in especial, what were they then? I swear I will never henceforth have to do with the faith that tells the best. I'll have to do only with the faith that leaves the best untold. Say on, sayers. Sing on, singers. Delve, mold, pile the words of the earth. Work on, age after age. Nothing is to be lost. It may have to wait long, but it will certainly come in use. When the materials are all prepared and ready, the architects shall appear. I swear to you, the architects shall appear without fault. I swear to you, they will understand you and justify you. The greatest among them shall be he who best knows you, and encloses all, and is faithful to all. He and the rest shall not forget you. They shall perceive that you are not an iota less than they, and you shall be fully glorified in them. Youth, day, old age, and night. Youth, large, lusty, loving youth, full of grace, Forced fascination. Do you know that old age may come after you with equal grace? Forced fascination. Day, full-blown and splendid day of the immense sun, action, ambition, laughter. The night follows close with millions of suns, and sleep, and restoring darkness. Alright, we should have enough time to get through one more before ads. Book 17, Birds of Passage. Song of the Universal. Come, said the Muse, sing me a song no poet has yet chanted. Sing me the universal. In this broad earth of ours, amid the measureless grossness and the slag, enclosed and safe within its central heart, nestles the seed of perfection. By every life, a share or more or less. None born, but it is born, concealed or unconcealed. The seed is waiting. Lo! Keen-eyed, towering science! As from tall peaks the modern overlooking, successive, absolute fiats issuing. Yet again, lo, the soul above all science! For it has history gathered like husks around the globe. For it, the entire star myriads roll through the sky. In spiral routes, by long detours, as much tacking a ship upon the sea. For it, the partial to the permanent flowing. For it, the real to the ideal tends. For it, the mystic evolution. Not the right only justified, what we call evil also justified. Forth from their masks, no matter what. From the huge festering trunk, from craft and guile and tears, health to emerge in joy, joy universal. Out of the bulk, the morbid and the shallow, out of the bad majority, the varied countless frauds of men and states, electric, antiseptic, yet cleaving, suffusing all, only the good is universal. Over the mountain growths, disease and sorrow, an uncaught bird is ever hovering high in the purer, happier air. From imperfection's murkiest cloud darts always forth one ray of perfect light, one flash of heaven's glory, to fashion's customs discord, to the mad battle din, the deafening orgies, the soothing each lull, a strain is heard, just heard. From some far shore the final chorus sounding. Oh, the blessed eyes, the happy hearts, that see, that know the guiding thread so fine along the mighty labyrinth. And thou, America, for the scheme's culmination, its thought and its reality, for these, not for myself, thou hast arrived. Thou too surroundest all, embracing, carrying, welcoming all. Thou too by pathways broad and new to the ideal tendest. The measured faiths of other lands, the grandeurs of the past, are not for thee, but grandeurs of thine own, deific faiths and amplitudes, absorbing, comprehending all eligible to all for immortality, love, like the light silently wrapping all. Nature's amelioration, blessing all. The blossoms, fruits of ages, orchards divine and certain, forms, objects, growths, humanities, to spiritual images ripening. Give me, O God, to sing that thought. Give me, give him or her I love, this quenchless faith. In thy ensemble, whatever else withhold not from us. Belief and plan of thee enclosed in time and space, health, peace, salvation universal. Is it a dream? Nay, but the lack of it the dream, and failing it life's lore and wealth a dream, and all the world a dream. All right, we've got ads kicking up in just a minute, so we will take a short pause here. But this is exactly, so far tonight, this is exactly what I expected to find from Whitman and what I hoped to find At this point, if it's not a day that you finish some of these poems and just feel good, feel amped up, feel empowered, a spark lit in your soul, you weren't paying attention. Because honestly, every single one of these, if not every poem, every section, every selection, every night, is inspiring in its own way. It rubs off some of the old, battered and bruised jading that I've got. The verdigris is wearing thin, and the shine is coming through. I'm sure as soon as we're finished, I will go back to being a pessimistic little brute, but so be it. So be it. For now, I could pretend to be optimistic and enthusiastic. And with that, let's go into ads. Let's take a moment, stand up, stretch your legs, attend to your fuzzy friends, top up your drinks, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Thanks. All right, we are back. Bit of a delay on that one. All right, so let's resume with Pioneers, oh pioneers. Come, my tan-faced children, follow well in order, get your weapons ready. Have you your pistols? Have you your sharp-edged axes? Pioneers, oh pioneers! We cannot tarry here. We must march, my darlings. We must bear the brunt of danger. We, the youthful sinewy races, all the rest on us depend. Pioneers, oh pioneers! Oh, you youths, Western youths, so impatient, full of action, full of manly pride and friendship. Plain I see you, Western youths. See you tramping with the foremost pioneers, oh pioneers! Have the elder races halted? Do they droop and end their lesson, wearied over there beyond the seas? We take up the task eternal, and the burden and the lesson. Pioneers, oh pioneers! All the past we leave behind, we debauch upon a newer, mightier world. Varied world, fresh and strong the world we seize, world of labor and the march. Pioneers, oh pioneers! We, detachments, steady throwing, down the edges, through the passes, up the mountains steep, conquering, holding, daring, venturing as we go the unknown ways. Pioneers, oh pioneers! We primeval forests felling, we the rivers stemming, vexing, we and piercing deep the mines within. We the surface broad surveying, we the virgin soil upheaving. Pioneers, oh pioneers! Colorado men we are, from the peaks gigantic, and from the great Sierras and the high plateaus. From the mine and from the gully, from the hunting trail we come. Pioneers, oh pioneers! From Nebraska, from Arkansas, central inland race are we. From Missouri, with the continental blood intervened. All the hands of comrades clasping, all the southern, all the northern. Pioneers, oh pioneers! Oh resistless, restless race! Oh beloved race in all, oh my breast aches with tender love for all. Oh I mourn and yet exult, I am rapt with love for all. Pioneers, oh pioneers! Raise the mighty mother mistress, waving high the delicate mistress over all the starry mistress. Bend your heads all, raise the fanged and warlike mistress, stern, impassive, weaponed mistress. Pioneers, oh pioneers! See my children, resolute children, by those swarms upon our rear, we must never yield or falter. Ages back in ghostly millions frowning there behind us urging, pioneers, oh pioneers! On and on with compact ranks, the accessions ever waiting, with the places of the dead quickly filled through the battle, through defeat, moving yet and never stopping, pioneers, oh pioneers! Oh, to die advancing on, are there some of us to droop and die, as the hour come? Then upon the march we fittest die, soon and sure the gap is filled, pioneers, oh pioneers! All the pulses of the world, falling in they beat for us, with the western movement beat, holding singles or together, steady moving to the front, all for us, pioneers, oh pioneers! Life's involved in varied pageants, all the forms and shows, all the workmen at their work, all the seamen and the landsmen, all the masters with their slaves, pioneers, oh pioneers! All the hapless silent lovers, all the prisoners in the prisons, all the righteous and the wicked, all the joyous, all the sorrowing, all the living, all the dying, pioneers, oh pioneers! I too, with my soul and body, we, a curious trio picking, wandering on our way through these shores amid the shadows, with the apparitions pressing, pioneers, oh pioneers! Lo, the darting bowling orb, lo, the brother orbs around, all the clustering suns and planets, all the dazzling days, all the mystic nights with dreams. Pioneers, oh pioneers! These are of us, they are with us, all for primal needed work, while the followers there in embryo wait behind. We, today's procession heading, we, the route for travel clearing, pioneers, oh pioneers! Oh, you daughters of the West! Oh, you young and elder daughters! Oh, you mothers and you wives! Never must you be divided, in our ranks you move united, pioneers, oh pioneers! Minstrels, latent on the prairies, shrouded bards of other lands, you may rest. You have done your work. Soon I hear you coming warbling, soon you rise and tramp amid us, pioneers, oh pioneers! Not for delectations sweet, not the cushion and the slipper, not the peaceful and the studious, not the riches safe and polling, polling. Not for us the tame enjoyment, pioneers, oh pioneers! Do the feasters gluttonous feast? Do the corpulent sleepers sleep? Have they locked and bolted doors? Still be ours the diet hard, and the blanket on the ground, pioneers, oh pioneers! As the night descended, was the road of late so toilsome? Did we stop discouraged, nodding on our way? Yet a passing hour I yield you in your tracks to pause oblivious, pioneers, oh pioneers! Till with sound of trumpet, far, far off the daybreak call, hark! How loud and clear I hear it wind! Swift, to the head of the army, swift! Spring to your places, pioneers, oh pioneers! All right, let's continue now with To You. Whoever you are, I fear you are walking the walks of dreams. I fear these supposed realities are to melt from under your feet and hands. Even now your features, joys, speech, house, trade, manners, troubles, follies, costume, crimes, dissipate away from you. Your true soul and body appear before me. They stand forth out of affairs, out of commerce, shops, work, farms, clothes, the house, buying, selling, eating, drinking, suffering, dying. Whoever you are, now I place my hand upon you. Let you be my poem. I whisper with my lips close to your ear. I have loved many women and men, but I love none better than you. Oh, I have been dilatory and dumb. I should have made my way straight to you long ago. I should have blabbed nothing but you. I should have chanted nothing but you. I will leave all and come and make the hymns of you. None has understood you, but I understand you. None has done justice to you, and have not done justice to yourself. But none but has found you imperfect. I only find no imperfection in you. None but would subordinate you. I only am he who will never consent to subordinate you. I only am he who places over you no master, owner, better God beyond what awaits intrinsically in yourself. Painters have painted their swarming groups, and the center figure of all, from the head of the center figure spreading a nimbus of gold-colored light. But I paint myriads of heads, but paint no head without its nimbus of gold-colored light. From my hand, from the brain of every man and woman, it streams, effulgently, flowing forever. Oh, I could sing such grandeurs and glories about you. You've not known what you are. You've slumbered upon yourself all your life. Your eyelids have been the same as closed most of the time. What you have done returns already in mockeries. Your thrift, knowledge, prayers, if they do not return in mockeries, what is their return? The mockeries are not you. Underneath them and within them I see you lurk. I pursue you where none else has pursued you. Silence, the desk, the flippant expression, the night, the accustomed routine, if these conceal you from others or from yourself, they do not conceal you from me. The shaved face, the unsteady eye, the impure complexion, if these balk others, they do not balk me. The pert apparel, the deformed attitude, drunkenness, greed, premature death, all these I part aside. There is no endowment, in man or woman, that is not tallied in you. There is no virtue, no beauty, in man or woman, but as good is in you. No pluck, no endurance in others, but as good is in you. No pleasure waiting for others, but an equal pleasure waits for you. As for me, I give nothing to anyone, except I give the like carefully to you. I sing the songs of the glory of none, not God, sooner than I sing the songs of the glory of you. Whoever you are, claim your own at any hazard. These shows of the East and West are tame compared to you, these immense meadows, these interminable rivers. You are immense and interminable as they. These furies, elements, storms, motions of nature, throes of apparent dissolution. You are he or she who is master or mistress over them. Master or mistress in your own right over nature, elements, pain, passion, dissolution. The hopples fall from your ankles. You find an unfailing sufficiency, old or young, male or female, rude, low, rejected by the rest, whatever you are promulges itself. Through birth, life, death, burial, the means are provided. Nothing is scanted. Through angers, losses, ambition, ignorance, ennui, what you are picks its way. France, the 18th year of these states. A great year and place, a harsh, discordant, natal scream outsounding, to touch the mother's heart closer than any yet. I walked the shores of my eastern sea. I heard over the waves the little voice, saw the divine infant there where she woke mournfully wailing, amid the roar of cannon, curses, shouts, crash of falling buildings, was not so sick from the blood in the gutters running, nor from the single corpses, nor from those in heaps, nor those borne away in the tumbrils, was not so desperate as the batches of death, was not so shocked at the repeated fusillades of the guns. Pale, silent, stern, what could I say to that long-accrued retribution? Could I wish humanity different? Could I wish the people made of wood and stone? Or that there be no justice in destiny or time? Oh, liberty! Oh, mate for me! Here, too, the blaze, the grape shot, and the axe in reserve to fetch them out in case of need. Here, too, though long repressed, can never be destroyed. Here, too, could rise at last murdering and ecstatic. Here, too, demanding full arrears of vengeance. Hence I sign this salute over the sea, and I do not deny that terrible red birth and baptism. But remember the little voice that I heard wailing, and wait with perfect trust, no matter how long. And from today, sad and cogent, I maintain the bequeathed cause. As for all lands, and I send these words to Paris with my love, and I guess some chansonnier there will understand them. For I guess there is latent music yet in France, floods of it. Oh, I hear already the bustle of instruments. They will soon be drowning all that would interrupt them. Oh, I think the east wind brings a triumphal and free march. It reaches hither. It swells me to joyful madness. I will run, transpose it in words to justify. I will yet sing a song for you, ma femme. Myself and mine. Myself and mine gymnastic ever. To stand the cold or heat, to take good aim with a gun, to sail a boat, to manage horses, to beget superb children, to speak readily and clearly, to feel at home among common people, and to hold our own in terrible positions on land and sea. Not for an embroiderer. There will always be plenty of embroiderers. I welcome them also. But for the fiber of things and for inherent men and women. Not to chisel ornaments, but to chisel with free stroke the heads and limbs of plenteous, supreme gods, that the states may realize them walking and talking. Let me have my own way. Let others promulge the laws. I will make no account of the laws. Let others praise eminent men and hold up peace. I hold up agitation and conflict. I praise no eminent man. I'd rebuke to his face the one that was thought most worthy. Who are you? And what are you secretly guilty of all your life? Will you turn aside all your life? Will you grub and chatter all your life? And who are you? Blabbing by rote, years, pages, languages, reminiscences, unwitting today that you do not know how to speak properly a single word. Let others finish specimens. I never finish specimens. I start them by exhaustless laws as nature does, fresh and modern continually. I give nothing as duties. What others give as duties, I give as living impulses. Shall I give the heart's action as a duty? Let others dispose of questions. I dispose of nothing. I arouse unanswerable questions. Who are they I see and touch? And what about them? What about these likes of myself that draw me so close by tender directions and indirections? I call to the world to distrust the accounts of my friends. But listen to my enemies as I myself do. I charge you forever, reject those who would expound me, for I cannot expound myself. I charge that there be no theory or school founded out of me. I charge you to leave all free, as I have left all free. After me, vista! Oh, I see life is not short, but immeasurably long. I henceforth tread the world chaste, temperate, an early riser, a steady grower. Every hour the seaman of centuries, and still of centuries. I must follow up these continual lessons of the air, water, earth. I perceive I have no time to lose. Year of Meteors, 1859 to 60. Year of Meteors, brooding year, I would bind in words retrospective some of your deeds and signs. I would sing your contest for the 19th Presidentiate. I would sing how an old man, tall with white hair, mounted the scaffold in Virginia. I was at hand, silent. I stood with teeth shut close. I watched. I stood very near you, old man, when cool and indifferent, but trembling with age in your unhealed wounds, you mounted the scaffold. I would sing in my copious song your census returns of the states, the tables of population and products. I would sing of your ships and their cargoes, the proud black ships of Manhattan arriving, some filled with immigrants, some from the isthmus with cargoes of gold. Songs thereof would I sing. To all that hitherward comes would welcome give. Enough. And you would I sing, fair stripling, welcome to you from me, young Prince of England. Remember you surging Manhattan's crowds as you passed with your cortege of nobles? There in the crowd stood I, and singled you out with attachment. Nor forget I to sing of the wonder, the ship as she swam up my bay. Well-shaped and stately the Great Eastern swam up my bay. She was 600 feet long, her moving swiftly, surrounded by myriads of small craft. I forget not to sing, nor the comet that came unannounced out of the north, flaring in heaven, nor the strange, huge meteor procession, dazzling and clear, shooting over our heads. A moment long it sailed, its bowls of unearthly light over our heads. Then departed, dropped in the night, and was gone. Of such, and fitful as they, I sing with gleams from them would gleam and patch these chants, your chants. O year all mottled with evil and good, year of forebodings, year of comets and meteors, transient and strange, lo! Even here, one equally transient and strange. As I flit through you hastily, soon to fall and be gone, what is this chant? What am I myself but one of your meteors? All right, a quick aside, completely irrelevant to what we're reading, but I got a new box of wine. Yes, I do boxed wine. Shut up, it's cheaper that way. But this one is a bourbon barrel aged Cabernet. Holy shit, this is good. It's got just that almost smoky tang to it. Man, I might have a new favorite. All right, continuing on with antecedents. Exactly, it's not the 90s anymore. You get a nice Boda box now, and it's fine. It's not like you're shotgunning the whole box at a party or anything. No, it sits on the counter for 2 months until it's finished. They say it's fresh for 30 days after you open it, but that's a lie. That's a damn dirty lie. It'll keep. Although I should probably keep my house a little bit cooler. And when it hits like 75, 80 inside, the wine doesn't really like that. That'll be my excuse for keep turning the AC up. All right. With antecedents. With antecedents. With my fathers and mothers and the accumulations of past ages. with all which, had it not been, I would not now be here, as I am. With Egypt, India, Phoenicia, Greece and Rome, with the Celt, the Scandinavian, the Alb, and the Saxon, with antique maritime adventures, laws, artisanship, wars, and journeys, with the poet, the skald, the saga, the myth, and the oracle, with the sale of slaves, with enthusiasts, with the troubadour, the crusader, and the monk, with those old continents whence we have come to this new continent, with the fading kingdoms and kings over there, with the fading religions and priests, with the small shores we look back to from our own large and present shores, with countless years drawing themselves onward, and arrived at these years. You and me arrived. America arrived in making this year, sending itself ahead countless years to come. Oh, but it is not the years. It is I. It is you. We touch all laws and tally all antecedents. We are the skald, the oracle, the monk, and the knight. We easily include them and more. We stand amid time beginningless and endless. We stand and amid evil and good. All swings around us. There is as much darkness as light. The very sun swings itself and its system of planets around us, its sun, and its again all swing around us. As for me, torn, stormy, amid these vehement days, I have the idea of all, and am all, and believe in all. I believe materialism is true, and spiritualism is true. I reject no part. Have I forgotten any part? Anything in the past? Come to me, whoever and whatever, till I give you recognition. I respect Assyria, China, Teutonia, and the Hebrews. I adopt each theory, myth, god, and demigod. I see that the old accounts, Bibles, genealogies are true, without exception. I assert that all past days were what they must have been, that they could no how have been better than they were, and that today is what it must be, and that America is, and that today and America could no how be better than they are. In the name of these states, and in your and my name, the past, and in the name of these states, and in your and my name, the present time, I know that the past was great, and the future will be great. And I know that both curiously conjoint in the present time. For the sake of him I typify, for the common average man's sake, your sake, if you are he. And that where I am, or you are this present day, there is the center of all days, all races. And there is the meaning to us of all that has ever come of races and days or ever will come. Okay. Page, stop turning. What are you doing? Stop it! Alright. That audio clip is like 3 seconds long, and I intentionally cut it off at about a quarter of a second every time I press it. It's automated. But sometimes it just decides to just ignore the stop command. Getting lost in the pages, I guess. All right, let's see. All right, the last bit was a few poems in one book. Let's see. There's so much ahead of us. Holy moly. I'm just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and it continues and continues. Holy cow. That's actually quite impressive how much there is of these poems. All right, let's continue. We've got book 18, A Broadway Pageant. Over the western sea hither, from Nippon come. Nippon? Nippon? Probably Nippon. Alright. Courteous, The swart-cheeked, two-sworded envoys, leaning back in their open barouches, bareheaded, impassive, ride today through Manhattan. Libertad, I do not know whether others behold what I behold. In the procession, along with the nobles of Nippon, the errand-bearers, bring up the rear, hovering above, around, or in the ranks, marching. But I will sing you a song of what I behold, Libertad. When million-footed Manhattan up and descends to her pavements, when the thunder-cracking guns arouse me with the proud roar, love, when the round-mouthed guns out of the smoke and smell I love spit their salutes, when the fire-flashing guns have fully alerted me, and heaven clouds canopy my city with a delicate thin haze, when gorgeous the countless straight stems, the forests at the wharves thicken with colors, when every ship richly dressed carries her flag at the peak, when pennants trail and street festoons hang from the windows, when Broadway is entirely given up to foot passengers and foot standers, when the mass is densest, when the facades of the houses are alive with people, when eyes gaze riveted tens of thousands at a time, when the guests from the islands advance, when the pageant moves forward visible, when the summons is made, when the answer that waited thousands of years answers, I, too rising, answering, descend to the pavements, merge with the crowd and gaze with them. Superb-faced Manhattan, comrade Americanos, to us, then at last the Orient comes. To us, my city, where our tall-topped marble and iron beauties range on opposite sides to walk in the space between. Today our Antipodes comes. The originatress comes. The nest of languages, the bequeather of poems, the race of eld. Florid with blood, pensive, rapt with musings, hot with passion, sultry with perfume, with ample and flowing garments, with sunburnt visage, with intense soul and glittering eyes. The race of Brahma comes. See my Cantabile! These and more are flashing to us from the procession, as it moves, changing, kaleidoscope divine, it moves, changing before us. For not the envoys, nor the tanned Japanese for his island only. Lithe and silent the Hindu appears. The Asiatic continent itself appears. The past, the dead, the murky night morning of wonder and fable inscrutable. The enveloped mysteries. The old and unknown hive bees, the north, the sweltering southeastern Assyria, the Hebrews, the ancient of ancients, vast, desolated cities, the gliding present, all of these and more are in the pageant procession. Geography, the world is in it. The great sea, the brood of islands, Polynesia, the coast beyond, the coast you henceforth are facing, you Libertad. From your western golden shores, the countries there with their populations, the millions en masse are curiously there here. The swarming marketplaces, the temples with idols ranged along the sides or at the end, bonds, Brahmin and Lama, mandarin, farmer, merchant, mechanic, and fisherman, the singing girl and the dancing girl, the ecstatic persons, the secluded emperors, Confucius himself, the great poets and heroes, the warriors, the castes, all trooping up, crowding from all directions, from the Altai Mountains, from Tibet, from the four winding and far-flowing rivers of China, from the southern peninsulas and the demi-continental islands, from Malaysia, these and whatever belong to them, palpable, show forth to me, and are seized by me, and I am seized by them, and friendly held by them, till as hear them, all I chant, Libertad, for themselves and for you. For I too, raising my voice, join the ranks of this pageant. I am the chanter, I chant aloud over the pageant. I chant the world on my western sea. I chant copious the islands beyond, thick as stars in the sky. I chant the new empire, grander than any before. As in a vision it comes to me, I chant America the mistress. I chant a greater supremacy. I chant projected 1,000 blooming cities, yet in time on those groups of sea islands. my sail ships and steamships threading the archipelagos, my stars and stripes fluttering in the wind, commerce opening, the sleep of ages having done its work, races reborn, refreshed, lives, works resumed, the object I know not, but the old, the Asiatic renewed as it must be, commencing from this day, surrounded by the world. And you, Libertad of the world, you shall sit in the middle, well poised, thousands and thousands of years. As today, from one side the nobles of Asia come to you, as tomorrow, from the other side the Queen of England sends her eldest son to you. The sign is reversing. The orb is enclosed. The ring is circled. The journey is done. The box lid is but perceptibly opened. Nevertheless, the perfume pours copiously out of the whole box. Young Libertad, with the venerable Asia, the All-Mother, be considerate with her now, and ever hot Libertad, for you are all. Bend your proud neck to the long-off mother now, sending messages over the archipelagos to you. Bend your proud neck low for once, young Libertad. Here, the children straying westward so long, so wide the tramping, were the precedent dim ages debauching westward from paradise so long? Were the centuries steadily footing in that way, all the while unknown for you, far reasons? They are justified. They are accomplished. They shall now be turned the other way also, to travel toward you thence. They shall now also march obediently eastward, for your sake, Libertad. Good Lord, it is getting toasty in here. I don't know if it's the computer going or if the AC is just turned down, but criminy. Alright, let's see. We've got about 20 minutes. Plenty of time for at least probably 2 or 3 more. This one is a little on the longer side. Book 19, Sea Drift. Out of the cradle, endlessly rocking. Out of the cradle, endlessly rocking. Out of the mockingbird's throat, the musical shuttle. Out of the 9th month midnight, over the sterile sands and the fields beyond, where the child, leaving his bed, wandered alone, bareheaded, barefoot. Down from the showered halo, up from the mystic play of shadows twining and twisting as if they were alive. Out from the patches of briars and blackberries, from the memories of the bird that chanted to me, from your memories, sad brother, from the fitful risings and fallings I heard, from under that yellow half-moon late risen and swollen as if with tears, from those beginning notes of yearning and love there in the mist, from the 1,000 responses of my heart never to cease, from the myriad thence aroused words, from the word stronger and more delicious than any, from such as now they start the scene revisiting, as a flock, twittering, rising, and overhead passing, borne hither, ere all eludes me hurriedly, man, yet by these tears a little boy again. Throwing myself on the sand, confronting the waves, I, chanter of pains and joys, uniter of here and hereafter, taking all hints to use them, but swiftly leaping beyond them. Reminiscence, sing. Once, Pomona, when the lilac scent was in the air and 5th month grass was growing, up this seashore, in some briars, 2 feathered guests from Alabama, 2 together, and their nest, and 4 light green eggs spotted with brown. And every day the he-bird to and fro near at hand, and every day the she-bird crouched on her nest silent with bright eyes. And every day I, a curious boy, never too close, never disturbing them, cautiously peering, absorbing, translating. Shine, shine, shine! Pour down your warmth, great sun, while we bask, we two together, Winds blow south or winds blow north, day come white or night come black. Home or rivers and mountains from home, singing all time, minding no time, while we two keep together. Till of a sudden, maybe killed, unknown to her mate, one forenoon, the she-bird crouched not on the nest, nor returned that afternoon, nor the next, nor ever appeared again. And thenceforward, all summer, in the sound of the sea, and at night under the full of the moon in calmer weather, over the hoarse surging of the sea, or flitting from briar to briar by day, I heard at intervals the remaining one, the he-bird, the solitary guest from Alabama, blow, 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 blow up sea winds along Palmanach's shore. I wait, and I wait till you blow my mate to me. Yes, when the stars glistened all night long on the prong of a moss-scalloped stake, down, almost amid the slapping waves, sat the lone singer, wonderful, causing tears. He called on his mate, he poured forth the meanings which I of all men know. Yes, my brother, I know. The rest might not, but I have treasured every note. For more than once, dimly down to the beach gliding, silent, avoiding the moonbeams, blending myself with the shadows, recalling now the obscure shapes, the echoes, the sounds and sights after all their sorts. The white arms out in the breakers, tirelessly tossing, I, with bare feet a child, the wind wafting my hair, listened long and long, listened to keep, to sing, now translating the notes, following you, my brother. Soothe, soothe, soothe. Close on its wave soothes the wave behind, and again another behind, embracing and lapping, everyone close. But my love soothes me not me. Low hangs the moon, it rose late, it is lagging, oh, I think it is heavy with love, Oh, madly the sea pushes upon the land with love, Oh, night, do I not see my love fluttering out among the breakers? What is that little black thing I see there in the white? Loud, 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 loud I call to you, my love. High and clear I shoot my voice over the waves. Surely you must know who is here. You must know who I am, my love. Low-hanging moon, what is that dusky spot in your brown yellow? Oh, it is the shape of my mate. Oh, moon, do not keep her from me any longer. Land, land, oh, land! Whichever way I turn, oh, I think you could give me my mate back again, if only you would. For I am almost sure I see her dimly whichever way I look. Oh, rising stars! Perhaps the one I want so much will rise with some of you. Oh, throat, oh, trembling throat, sound clearer through the atmosphere, pierce the woods, the earth, somewhere listening to catch. You must be the one I want. Shake out carols, solitary here, the night's carols, carols of lonesome love, death's carols, carols under the lagging yellow waning moon. Oh, under that moon where she droops almost down into the sea. Oh, reckless, despairing carols. But soft, sink low, soft. Let me just murmur. And you wait a moment, you husky-noised sea. For somewhere, I believe I heard my mate responding to me. So faint, I must be still to listen. But not altogether still, for then she might not come immediately to me. Hither, my love, here I am, here! With this just sustained note I announce myself to you. This gentle call is for you, my love, for you. Be not decoyed elsewhere. That is the whistle of the wind. It is not my voice. That is the fluttering of the spray. Those are the shadows of leaves. Oh, darkness, oh, in vain. Oh, I am very sick and sorrowful. Oh, brown halo in the sky near the moon, drooping upon the sea. Oh, troubled reflection in the sea. Oh, throat. Oh, throbbing heart. And I sinking uselessly all the night. Oh, past, oh, happy life, oh, songs of joy in the air, in the woods, over fields, loved, but my mate no more with me. We two together no more. The aria sinking, all else continuing, the stars shining, the winds blowing, the notes of the bird continuous echoing. With angry moans the fierce old mother incessantly moaning on the sands of Paumanok's shore, grey and rustling. The yellow half-moon enlarged, sagging down, drooping, the face of the sea almost touching, the boy ecstatic. With his bare feet the waves, with his hair the atmosphere dallying, the love in the heart long pent, now loose, now at last tumultuously bursting, the aria's meaning, the ears, the soul swiftly depositing, the strange tears down the cheeks coursing, the colloquy there, the trio, each uttering the undertone, the savage old mother incessantly crying, to the boy's soul's questions sullenly timing, some drowned secret hissing, to the outsetting bard. Demon or bird, said the boy's soul, is it indeed toward your mate you sing, or is it really to me? For I, that was a child, my tongue's used sleeping, now I have heard you. Now in a moment I know what I am for, I awake, and already 1,000 singers, 1,000 songs, clearer, louder, and more sorrowful than yours. 1,000 warbling echoes have started to life within me, never to die. Oh, you singer solitary, singing by yourself, projecting me, oh solitary me, listening, never more shall I cease perpetuating you, never more shall I escape, never more the reverberations, never more the cries of unsatisfied love be absent from me, never again leave me, to be the peaceful child I was before, there in the night, by the sea, under the yellow and sagging moon. The messenger there aroused the fire, the sweet hell within, the unknown want, the destiny of me. Oh, give me the clue. It lurks in the night here somewhere. Oh, if I am to have so much, let me have more. A word then, concrete. The word final, superior to all subtle, sent up. What is it? I listen. Are you whispering it? And have you been all the time, you sea waves? Is that it, from your liquid rims and wet sands? Whereto answering the sea, delaying not, hurrying not, whispered me through the night, and very plainly before daybreak lisped to me the low and delicious word death, and again death, 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 death. Hissing, melodious, neither like the bird nor like my aroused child's heart. but edging near as privately from me, rustling at my feet, creeping thence steadily up to my ears, and loving me softly all over. Death, 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 which I do not forget, but fuse the song of my dusky demon and brother, that he sang to me in the moonlight on Paumanok's grey beach, with 1,000 responsive songs at random, my own songs awaked from that hour, and with them the key, the word up from the waves, the word of the sweetest song in all songs, that strong and delicious word which, creeping to my feet, were like some old crone rocking the cradle, swathed in sweet garments bending aside. The sea whispered me. As I ebbed with the ocean of life, as I wended the shores I know, as I walked where the ripples continually wash you, Paumanok, where they rustle up hoarse and sibilant, where the fierce old mother endlessly cries for her castaways, I, musing late in the autumn day, gazing off southward, held by this electric self, out of the pride of which I utter poems, was seized by the spirit that trails in the lines underfoot, the rim, the sediment that stands for all the water and all the land of the globe. Fascinated, my eyes reverting from the south, dropped to follow those slender windrows, chaff, straw, splinters of wood, weeds, and the sea gluten, scum, scales from shining rocks, leaves of salt lettuce left by the tide, miles walking, the sound of breaking waves the other side of me, Paumanok. There and then, as I thought the old thought of likenesses, these you presented to me, you fish-shaped island, as I wended the shores I know, as I walked with that electric self-seeking types. As I wend to the shores I know not, as I list to the dirge, the voices of men and women wrecked, as I inhale the impalpable breezes that set in upon me, as the ocean so mysterious rolls toward me closer and closer, I too but signify, at the utmost, a little washed-up drift. A few sands and dead leaves to gather and merge myself as part of the sands and drift. Oh, baffled, balked, bent to the very earth, oppressed with myself, that I have dared to open my mouth, aware now that amid all that blab whose echoes recoil upon me, I have not once had the least idea who or what I am, but that before all my arrogant poems the real me stands yet untouched, untold, altogether unreached, withdrawn far, mocking me with mock congratulatory signs and bows, with peals of distant, ironical laughter at every word I have written, pointing in silence to these songs, and then to the sand beneath. I perceive I have not really understood anything, not a single object, and that no man ever can. Nature, here in sight of the sea, taking advantage of me to dart upon me and sting me, because I have dared to open my mouth to sing at all. You oceans both, I close with you. We murmur alike reproachfully, rolling sands and drift, knowing not why. These little shreds indeed, standing for you and me and all. You friable shore with trails of debris, you fish-shaped island, I take what is underfoot. What is yours is mine, my father. I too, Paumanok. I too have bubbled up, floated the measureless float, and been washed on your shores. I too am but a trail of drift and debris. I too leave little wrecks upon you, you fish-shaped island. I throw myself upon your breast, my father. I cling to you so that you cannot unloose me. I hold you so firm till you answer me something. Kiss me, my father. Touch me with your lips as I touch those I love. Breathe to me while I hold you close. The secret of the murmuring I envy. Ebb, ocean of life, the flow will return. Cease not your moaning, you fierce old mother. Endlessly cry for your castaways, but fear not. Deny not me. Rustle not up so hoarse and angry against my feet as I touch you or gather from you. I mean tenderly by you and all I gather for myself and for this phantom looking down where we lead and following me and mine. Loose windrows, little corpses, froth snowy white in bubbles. See! From my dead lips the ooze exuding at last. See the prismatic colors glistening and rolling, tufts of straw, sands, fragments, buoyed hither from many moods, one contradicting another, from the storm, the long calm, the darkness, the swell, musing, pondering, a breath, a briny tear, a dab of liquid or soil, up just as much out of fathomless workings of fermented and thrown, a limp blossom or two torn, just as much over waves floating drifted at random, just as much for us that sobbing dirge of nature, just as much whence we come that blare of the cloud trumpets. We, capricious, brought hither we know not whence. Spread out before you, you, up there walking or sitting, whoever you are, we two lie in drifts at your feet. Alright guys, we had ads kick up at the very end of that one. Apologies if we missed any of it, but let's take a short break, and we'll wrap up for our conclusion when the ads are finished. We'll be back in just a bit. All right, we are back from ads, and this will actually be where we finish up for the night. So let's go forward to see what the next one will be. Yes, it ends before the tears, actually, so we'll be okay. So let's shift out of our reading nook for now. As always, Whitman does not disappoint. I had a lot of fun with this tonight. There's emotion in the page. There's ups and downs. You can feel the soul in it. And again, we have the optimism coming through, the idealism, the dreams and hopes the image of America as a shining city on a hill that we ever and always fail to live up to. We can hope. We can try and do better. And that's one of the important things to take away from Whitman, is that the goalpost moving constantly isn't a bad thing. In some cases. You can always do better. The trick is to just try not to do worse. Let's not delve too deep into that. So, as always, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us. We try to have a good time around here. We had a little bit of yap earlier as people were wandering in and catching up with some old faces. And we generally succeed reasonably well in making sure that we have a good time. So, thanks. If you haven't yet, do know that we stream always on both YouTube and Twitch every night. On the YouTube side, we've got all the VODs except for our unarchived series. So if you'd like to catch up, that's the best place to do it. If you haven't, a like on the streams and a subscription to the channel helps new friends find us, convinces the algorithm that we're doing some fun things. If you are on the Twitch side, thanks for joining us. It's where most of the action happens. The chat, the back and forth, the interactivity. It's a good time over on Twitch. And a follow here is a good way to let me know that you like what I'm doing. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, no matter whether you like it or not, but it feels good, right? All right, let's go ahead and see who else is out there reading tonight. I always like to raid into fellow readers. It's an underrepresented category, and as such, we got to stick together, right? So let's see. I need to refresh this page. I think we're getting some very old entries here. So let's see, who is out and about tonight? I think we've got, there's only a few of us. I'm not sure that Honey Toaster will let us in. She's been going for about an hour and a half. It's a rerun. House in the Borderland? No, they're reading some Poe. Okay. Oh, that's been like 3 hours though. Not a lot of readers tonight. A lot of writers, co-workers. Let's see. Okay. There's a lot of people in the category, but not a lot of reading tonight, actually. I don't mind going to others, but I do prefer to stick to readers whenever we can. Let's see, well, that was fun. Well. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Is Neff still going? Neff, you're in chat. I see you there. I see you. We're going to try. We're going to try. All right, guys. If you're still here after that blip in connection, thanks. We're going to... We did for a moment. It's all right. We're going to go ahead and raid over to Neff now. So, be sure to give him our very best. He's always a card.